What's good, y'all? This is the Trapping with Gods podcast. What's good, y'all? This is the Trapping with Gods podcast. I'm Angela with the goods.
And I'm your girl, Coach K. And welcome to the #1 spiritual growth podcast in the world, where we empower unlimited beings to discover and align with their true selves. Let's get it.
Period.
Hey.
What's up, y'all?
What's up? What's up, good?
What's up, dog?
What's going on? What's going on?
We always gotta start with the gratitude. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for the new people that's listening to us, that's watching us. We are just happy to be here trapping with y'all today, and we got some good stuff. We're gonna take y'all on a journey. So
absolutely
keep tapping in with us. What's up though? What's been going on?
Man, what's popping? I feel like we ain't talk, man. It seems like it's been a little gap.
It has been.
In our communications. We've been out here living our own separate lives.
Yeah.
But it feel real good to be in your presence, dog.
Same.
For sure.
Like, y'all, we trap together. When we hear y'all trapping with us, we trap individually. And, sometimes I be telling Keisha, we can't go too many days without talking.
It be me, y'all. I'm the antisocial one. I'm the antisocial motherfucker. I'm the one that be needing my personal time.
I'm like, no.
With nobody distracting me.
But I'm not like, no. I don't really be like, no. You feel like I be like, no? Like...
No, I feel like you learning me now. Like you.
Oh, I've been on it. You always been like that. Okay, you always been like. That's why the fuck we weren't friends for a long time. I feel like. What you think?
Maybe so. But you gotta love me. You gotta love me. All of me, man. They just. Goddamn it.
I mean, hey, but we can't not be talking for 5 days.
It ain't been 5 days.
It ain't been 5 days.
So what's good today?
Okay.
What we got going on, homie? What's the topic?
So today we have the topic fear and money. All right, y'all. So me and Keisha was talking earlier, and we felt like this would be a great topic.
Yes. Because it's always coming up. It's constantly coming up.
Yeah.
All the time. Money.
Yeah, money. So like, what is money? And we were talking, we in agreement with money is energy, right?
Absolutely. That's what God showed me. Remember I was telling you, like I was just having a long conversation in my mind with God and asking, I was like, what is money? And it's like, okay, it's your own energy made manifest. Yeah.
I feel like it's the acronym for energy or money or vice versa. I don't know. But yes, you said it's what made manifest?
Your energy made manifest.
Your energy made manifest. Okay. I love that. So how does
everything's energy, but as far as like just money itself, that's what it is.
So okay, I agree. I think that energy.
You energy,
money,
I'm energy.
Yes.
We a manifestation. Money is also energy. That's a form of manifestation.
This is a thought I had like a week before last. I feel like more than anything, like money being energy. Like, where have I been aligning myself? What thoughts have I been thinking? What type of energy have I been putting out to have shit? I would say for a while, I would say I was more on the lack side than on the abundance side. Okay. For me, that's how I feel.
Shit.
So, like, what type of energy am I putting out? And when I think about that, that makes me think about my thoughts. Yeah. So, I feel like everything now is like going back to your thinking.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Do you think it's just determined off of your thinking? Like, what I mean is, do you ever feel like, I could have had more money? I could have more money. I could have more money, but because of a certain way that I've been thinking, it has limited my.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I was asking that, and I was like, oh yeah, like as I was asking, I was like,
sorting it out. You're like, yeah,
absolutely.
Great question, though. I mean, you gotta,
yeah. Go ahead. What you about to say?
You gotta ask yourself those questions. That's important.
Girl, I just thinking about myself, I'm like, I told you, like, when we were talking earlier, and I was just like, I've been doing some weird stuff, y'all might think it's weird, but I told Angela I was just sitting with the money. Like, I took some money out. At first I started with $11 because that's what I had on hand, and I kind of was just sitting with it and talking to it. Then I said, something told me take some more money out, so I took out like $100, and I just been keeping that with me, and I just sit with it.
Just sit with it.
I sit with it, and I notice a lot of stuff that comes up for me.
Yeah.
And sitting with it, and sometimes it's peaceful. We sit together, it's peaceful, and sometimes, depending on, I guess, what my thinking patterns are, what I've been experiencing that day or whatever, and I'm sitting with it, I can feel the fear as well, like maybe not having enough of it, or you think you're gonna run out. Like, yeah. So I'm thinking that type of energy when you driving forward with needing more money, I guess, or needing to see more of it in your life, that makes me think of like the type of energy that we moving with when we are looking to have more of it manifest. Like, what kind of energy are you coming from with that?
Yeah, that's why it's making me think of when people say, when you let go of it with like, you know, happiness and joy. Like when you like, I'm going to pay this car note, you are excited to pay the car note, you're excited to pay the light bill, you know. But I think it makes me think about people that I know that I think are prosperous and abundant. They are givers. They give a lot of their
I hear that as a concept. Like because you reaping what you sow. You know, that's the old concept, biblical concept back in the day. Like, you reap what you sow. But it's true though. But how do you get to that point?
Oh, that's so good. How do you get? That's a great.
Yeah. Oh, you got excited. Let's discuss.
No, it's really good, because when you are, like, say, living in lack, you know, then and you're thinking lack and you're seeing that, then it's like, how do you say, oh, I can't give this $10 or $50 or $100 when you are like, you live in paycheck to paycheck, or you, like, you know, don't know when the next money is coming. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that takes a lot of energy.
Girl, you know what came up for me when you were saying that was, you were like, how do I give it if I'm living paycheck to paycheck? And we were talking about giving. Stick with me, y'all. I'm coming, because I be getting downloads as I'm talking. But also, I guess where I'm going is, what do we associate with money? Like, what meaning do we apply to money? Like, what I mean, let me see how I can break this down more. When we say, oh, giving, well, money, is that the only form of energy that you can give is money?
Okay.
Like, giving to somebody could come in different forms. So, like, even like I was telling you before, like, to break it down even further, to give more clarity on what I mean, we were talking about abundance and wealth. Well, what are you? Is it that you're just equating the money, the actual symbol of money, and having it, to being wealthy, to being abundant? You know,
come on now.
Yeah, what does it mean for you in your life? And so as I sat with the money, y'all, that was also something I learned. Like, oh, this is your meaning of wealth. Like, this is what you have come to know. This is what you come to know, or your conditioning, that you think the more of this you have, the wealthy you are, or the more this you have, the more abundant you are. Yes. So I noticed that.
I was like, come on,
yeah, it was coming out, y'all. Taking me a little goddamn minute, but it was coming out. But I noticed for me, like, oh yeah, no wonder. So that's where your fear comes in at too, because when you see money's going out and none is like coming in, then you get afraid because of what you associating the symbol with. Yeah.
Then it just starts, that fear starts to bring you more of what you're afraid of.
Absolutely.
And you know what I say, it perpetuates it.
It do perpetuate it, because it causes you to make certain decisions too. Like,
you start making decisions externally.
You do.
You know, you forget that it's nothing that is external. You can't manipulate anything externally. You know, does that make sense?
I think maybe give me
like we don't move things in the 3D, which is what we see. We don't move that way. We move internally in our mind.
Oh, I get what I mean, you can move.
That's what I said. You start to then move externally and thinking that you're doing something, but you're not doing that.
Yeah. But creating more lack and more limitation, like, and it goes back to what we were talking about before in the beginning, like when we were just saying, oh, what energy is behind that? So like, oh, you like, okay, you see you don't have money, right? You see you don't have money, or it's going out, or you don't have enough. That's the energy that you moving with. I don't have enough. So now you start going out hustling, trying to get more jobs. You trying to,
but you still thinking
I don't have enough.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what's driving you. That's the energy that's driving you.
Continues to show
and then it continues to be to where you create that whole experience to where you don't have enough. It's like a cycle.
How can you get out of that? Trapping.
I was looking at Angela like, what you mean? Trapping. Yeah, most definitely, because you got to bring yourself back to a place of awareness all and knowing and
constantly
like
immature
in a space of, well, not even a space, but just knowing, being conscious. Yeah.
You said when you were talking about being with the money, laying with the money, how you feel. Oh, you said something when we talked earlier, Keisha, you were talking, and I was like, you were saying that you have to accept and love yourself for what you have right now. Like sometimes the lack of money, you feel like you're not valuable, or you're not able to enjoy life and be in love with life because of this thing that you aren't accepting, like because you don't have this and you're not a whole person.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember
that's great. That's
absolutely.
Exactly it right there too.
Absolutely.
I said that's the key right there. That's the middle space, because when you can learn to appreciate what you have now, you can learn to see things, be in love with life, and like you describe being in love is like things are brighter, and
everything seems so much greener, the sky is bluer. It's just like you feel your whole energy field is just different within you, like, and you want to give. You want to give, you want to serve, you want to pour into other people.
I feel that. That made me think about my personal journey right now with money. Like you talking about you being with money, like for me, you said it's not about, I love that you brought up, it's not about necessarily giving like this paper dollar, but your time. And then you just brought it back around, because I'm more in a place now with my like, media company and stuff like that. Is like I'm not looking to be taxing folks, not like I ever was, but I'm not like, oh, I gotta, this is how I make my living, and I'm doing this for the money, but I'm doing it to be a service and
absolutely
to offer, and I trust that everything is gonna align, and I'm gonna have all of my needs are taken care of.
Yeah.
None of my desires or needs can be unfulfilled.
Well, you attract so much. I feel as though like I can wholeheartedly agree with you when thinking about my personal situation as well, because I'm just like, I started to notice like my thoughts, where my thoughts was going. And I used to tell you, like, I just see money constantly going out. And I'm like, that's what you focusing on. That's the fact that it's leaving you. So that's what the experiences that's the experiences you're going to continue to perpetuate, is that it's leaving you. How about being grateful that you had the money available to you to give, or to help someone else with, or to pay out? It's like, shift your point of consciousness on where you are and how you looking at things. Yeah,
definitely gotta shift that consciousness.
So I love when you say that. It made me think about myself too, and some of the stuff I've learned, y'all, with being out here.
Well, we talked about, we got down law of attraction and manifesting. Any of those things, like, are triggering you to want to speak on any of that?
I kind of felt like we kind of was already hitting on it a little bit, but as far as like the energy that you moving with when it comes to money, I've learned, and also just been studying more and listening to a lot more stuff, is that those are the experiences you tend to kind of draw to yourself as well. Like we talking about your thoughts, right? And that being the energy that you moving with behind, you know, with your money. But let's also talk about the type of energy and situations and stuff that you attract into you as well with that kind of energy. Like, okay, maybe more situations, or now I'm goddamn tired and went flat. Shit, it's just something else. And now, you know, this done broke. My refrigerator done broke. It's like you just compounding certain situations on you from having that type of mindset. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's what I would have to say about law of attraction.
Oh, I see. So
what,
like
what you was going somewhere totally different with it when you was thinking about it?
I didn't really have, I didn't know what I would have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that was like something I had brought up. Yeah. And it could be because I've been listening to, I don't know how you say Rhonda. I've been listening to Joe Dispenza now.
Rhonda Byrne.
She's the creator of The Secret. Mm-hmm. And kind of blew up. Law of Attraction always been around. I come to know about it based off of me actually watching The Secret and tuning in some more spiritual teachers and stuff like that, bringing up, you know, various spiritual laws and concepts. But in looking at my own life, I can agree with the law of attraction on a lot of different levels, but including money. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something about energy or money. I can't remember, but okay. I don't really have anything around it.
Oh, okay. I thought you took, what else you took down that we said relationships? We were gonna talk about?
So that's a good one. We talk about relationships, y'all, with money. Like,
oh, shit.
And I wrote down our family, like the conditioning, like
that's
going
good.
back to your childhood. I know we talk about that.
Yes.
And you know, my relationship with money, I feel like forever really has always been probably pretty much in lack. Generally, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Generally, like,
what you mean? Like even from
a fear of
okay.
It's not gonna be enough.
Even from what you remember from your childhood about money, same thing.
I mean, yeah. You know, I definitely, looking back now, I mean, we were taken care of. It wasn't like we were. We probably were struggling, but we didn't know. And you know, I was raised with my grandma, so she was there to help. But it always was like, it was like, you know, being told like you can't have this, or you know, you can't have you know, because of lack of money, you know. That was a conscious thing that I knew, you know, even if it wasn't said why, you know, or maybe it had been said why before, or, you know, shit was being mentioned. It had to be. But the reason why I say that is because my mom still does that to this day, you know. In her retirement, in her abundance, that I be telling her like, you abundant, like, but then that's why she got A1 credit. That's why she, you know what I'm saying, I be looking on the other, and somebody gave me that perspective one time. They were like, Angela, but you should appreciate your mom being like that, because that's why she has these things that she has now. You know what I'm saying? But I be like, you abundant. Is y'all struggling like that? Like, you, come on, please just enjoy the ice cream.
But they had to also go through something too in order to learn those lessons. But I can speak on my family. Growing up, I never, it's same situation. I kind of knew like we never wanted for nothing. We always had food on the table. I always had, you know, I was taken care of. We never was on the street. But I know that there was some struggles with money. Like, I could tell there was, especially when it came to like cars, like my parents having different cars, car being broke down, or car raggedy, or just, you know, I guess Woody's raggedy, right? But just noticing a lot of different stuff and not never being taught about money. that was one of the biggest things. I was never taught about money. It was kind of like implicitly or like implied.
Yeah.
You worked for your money, because my parents went to work every day.
Yeah.
And that's just how it was. So that started the conditioning for me. Like, this is how you get money. You go to work.
Yeah.
You work for money.
Yeah.
So
you do. You do.
Yeah. And so I work for money, and I mean, I still, you know, it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. We all work for our money in a way. If you think about it, we saying it's energy, and energy may manifest, whether you sitting there and you using the law of attraction or whatever it is you want to do to manifest your money, but you still working for it. I mean, you still doing some type of
that's motherfucking real, dog. Like, I was telling Afia that I started calling meditation and yoga and all that. I'm like, oh, I was working.
It's how you look at stuff, though,
for
right?
real, because the conditioning of the work also is like, you know, when somebody says work, you think
bad. It's like a stigma behind it.
Or you think you going to a 9 to 5 or something like that. That's what that looks like. Nobody would say, like, when me and you are on the phone and we trapping and we talking outside of recording, we're working.
Absolutely.
You know
we said that, like, when we go to the coffee shop, or somebody was like, oh, y'all ain't doing it. Yeah, we working. We
call it the office.
And
that's
we call it the office
right now.
when we at the coffee shop. We do. But I think that's a part of the conditioning, and, you know, setting the stage for how you develop your relationship with money. And y'all, I went through a lot of shit, like, still, like, noticing now, coming through with just not working a traditional 9 to 5 and just being out here just living on the funds from the sale of my house. But, you know, I'm just being candid. Like, I done blew a lot of money. Started getting afraid because I done blew a lot of money. Or, you know, I've had just a lot of different experiences with money. But it's allowed me to see, like, finally open my eyes versus how I used to live in just a program. Like, really working to understand it, how to manage it, how to manifest it, you know, the value of working and like jobs and all just different kind of stuff. Like, I've just been out here to be able to see. It's been a blessing for me to finally have my eyes open to money and really what it is and what it can do for you and how it can change your life, you know.
I just remember what I was gonna say before about energy was that moving your energy, like working out or doing yoga or things like that, also on the other end of the spectrum, which you were talking about how things just start raining down on you. Those things also help to get you out of that perpetual thought of like lack and things like that. When you start to do things that you enjoy doing, or that also is just like it's mind, body, spirit, you know. So like all of those things work together. So when you start to trap, when you start to move your body, you know, and then you work in your spirit, the spirit part just come in there.
Well, that's a form. Yeah, that's like a form of trapping, right? Because you like working out is a form of trapping, like, and a time for you to devote, you know, devotion to God, your higher power, whatever you call it, spirit. But that's that opportunity for you. That's the whole purpose of it, for you to draw your attention away from whatever is creating those negative experiences for you, and to get in the right state of mind, the right frame of mind, the righteous state of mind, right thinking. You know what I mean? That's the whole purpose of it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love how you said to draw you away from.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
Absolutely.
And then the more you do it, the more you start to become that walking drawn away ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
The hell Angela just saying? That more you start living it and you start bringing those experiences into your reality. You know what I mean? But don't mistake it now. You got to be willing to take that.
You be like
journey
this at first.
For real.
You be like this at first. Then you start. This is my visual. It's like, what's that? You crawling?
Girl, whatever the fuck. I done hit my head against the wall so many times when it come to money.
Oh, Lord.
I'm serious. Like, I don't even know if I'm ready to even be real candid about how many challenges I've had. Like, with bankruptcy, just I've really had a time with money.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm only 38 years old. I done really
you about to have even more of a time on the flip side, on the other end of the stick, like Abraham Hicks said.
Absolutely. But now I'm noticing like I'm not focusing on the symbol anymore of it, in the meaning that I'm assigning to it is totally different.
Yeah,
for me and how I deal with it.
You know, one of my dreams is to like just be able to like have like, you know, I think I told you this, have like, what they call them, give you a rack, a stack,
racks on racks on racks.
It just be like, it'd be like 10K. It just be like, here you go, like just pass.
How would that make you feel if you could do that? How would that make you feel?
I feel like it would make me feel good. It would make me feel good today.
Just good. You know, like what I want to hear more. Like,
it would make me feel
like, what the fuck would that really do for you?
It would just make me feel happy. Like, if you asked me this before, and I was like, it would giving my mom money like that would make me feel like proud and successful. You know, I think I would feel like when I'm able to do that, I would be like, I fucking did that shit. Like, I said I was gonna do it. I want to do that. Like, that's something like, it's real. It's happening, you know?
Absolutely. So that, and all the stuff that we talk about, y'all, because that's what we here for. And we talk about trapping. How could you experience that right now for yourself?
Yes.
Like, what feeling?
What's the feeling?
What's the feeling that you could, or something you could do, like Goods was just saying, working out to get that. What is going to give and be able to generate that same feeling in you?
Yeah. What could you do in the present moment?
Yeah. Even for you. Like, yeah. Because like you were just saying, like, I want to.
Yeah.
One of my desires is similar. That, like, I'm going to even go even bigger. Like, I wrote it down. One of my desires is to give my parents the retirement of their dreams. Whatever that might look like. Y'all want to go live on a beach out, live, you know, on the water somewhere, don't have to work, y'all got a certain amount of money in y'all account, y'all doing what y'all want to do. To me, that would give me the same feeling that you talking about. I'm like, oh wow, generating that feeling now and not waiting to that moment. Like, how can I feel like this right now in this present moment?
Yeah.
And those are the things I've been trying to work on. You know what I mean? Because it's like when you get lost on the fact that it is not here, right? Beyond, it has to be walking in the spirit and faith and stuff that we talk about is something beyond what you can actually see.
And you start thinking about how.
And you start thinking about how, and then how long it's gonna take, or what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Right.
And then now your ass is just not in alignment.
Now you sleep again. Now you sleep. Bitch just went back to sleep again. You in misery. God damn, I gotta do all this stuff to get to that point. But yeah, no, for real. Like, just thinking about some of those things, like, oh man, I'm living that right now.
Yeah. But you know, it's just like, we think, I want to say it's a shame, it's sad, but like, to think we can't even envision things like that without going into some other shit.
Yeah.
You know, that it doesn't exist.
I know.
You know,
yeah,
it's just but it's like that place that you need to get to, because you're going to do whatever, but that place that you need to get to where you want to go, it requires you to change your mind. It requires you to change your thinking.
I love that, Angela. It does require you to change your thinking, because if you go by what the world, for me, going by what the world is saying money is for, money is so that you can, and it is, you know, to a certain degree, but to get there, you have to change that. And for me, what I mean is like, oh, this is about nice cars. It's about a nice house. Right. It's about,
and those a lot of times aren't even your truest desires. That's a desire from lack, you know, because when you really already know that you can have those things, or you have those things, you don't necessarily, you might not want them.
Hell nah, you might not want them. Don't even get me started. It's the same thing about marriage, but it's you and me. But not to go off topic, but yeah, absolutely. You saying you want this and that and the third, and you get it, and then not really understanding like everything that's associated with having a certain thing. You know what I mean? So really just learning how to be it now, like living in the present moment and enjoying your life and coming to an understanding of like what it's really about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I'm so glad to get to this point, because I haven't been here, and not even that long ago, really, where I would have, I still I have desires of material, nice things. I like nice things.
Yeah.
But I recognize I can have whatever I want. So I'm being like really asking myself now in this space of like, what's my true desire?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want a Urus.
You done changed about 20 million times.
500. I like cars. Right. But it's not like I don't. It's just I'm carrying a different energy around.
Yeah.
Even just things like that. So, and it feels good, but
same.
It's a journey.
Ooh, yes, it is.
And I never would have thought how I could come out of that either, as much as I wanted to. Yeah. Also,
wow, that's a blessing though for me too.
Yeah,
it's same for me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Same for me.
I got down here, it says money having control over your being, which we talked a little bit about that with like, if you are seeing lack and limitation in your life, and you wake up in the morning, you perpetuating that, it's like it's controlling your being. Like you can't even be happy, really.
Absolutely, because it's what you focus and zeroed in on. Like it's been so many days I wake up and I be having that fucking heavy. It's like a heavy feeling of heaviness just on my chest, and it's like, okay, what are you thinking about? Well, the main thing that I would be thinking about is like, okay, either money. I don't have enough. Oh, I gotta do something. I gotta get something coming in. It's the placing that thing like at such a high level of priority in your life to, like you said, it's controlling your every thought and your every move, your emotions, like how you showing up in life, your experiences, the shit you doing, even it dictating like the moves you make. Yeah, not even knowing, you being unconscious to it,
for sure. You're right, making the moves you make, everything. That's crazy.
Yeah, like one big thing, I'm like, okay, you what you talking about, it controlling your being. Like I think I was talking to my daughter's father the other day, and I was like, oh, the urge to, it's like you have these unconscious behaviors and habits that you don't even know is being driven by your thoughts of lack, or just what your underlying root emotion is when it comes to money. But like the urge to just go spend, like the urge to just go buy shit, and I was like, I don't really have those urges anymore. But it's the unconscious, like you so programmed into lack and not having enough, your behaviors and your habits are even dictating you not to have enough. So you go overspend, you go, you just go do stupid shit that just drive you into just fucked up situation. You see me over here looking like,
and I completely understand. All I just saw was lack. It's like lack. It's like I'm spending for what? Like, what is this?
That
what
I
is
need?
This stuff?
Yeah, what is
it
that I'm without? That exactly. I don't have that. It's just so goddamn I gotta really go out and spend this much money to do this, to get this, so it can make me feel a certain kind of way. Like, why don't you feel like that now? You're not lacking nothing. Yeah, I'm not saying like, if you gotta go out and replenish something that you ran out of. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about just unconscious spending. Yeah.
And then what I feel like we both came to, like, me and Keisha start having these conversations, and like I go shopping and I'm like, girl, I was looking at these nuts, these mixed looking at the mixed nuts, they would buy one get one, and I'm like, do I need this? Am I not getting this because it's coming from a place of lack? Or do I, just start to be conscious about what you're doing and how you're circulating your money?
And I was like, I think you was telling me too. At first, you was like, I just over here thinking. I'm like, no, you conscious about what you doing.
Like, you in the seat.
You in the seat. You being conscious about what you doing with your energy, your moolah, your money. Yep. Because everything don't need to have your energy. You don't need to give out your energy to everything and everyone. That's one thing. If they ain't that, I done learned so many lessons. But yes,
like Dr. Barbara say,
she like, Dr. Barbara. Yes. That's the truth. So yeah, man.
Well, you know, our cameraman, they telling us we gotta wrap it up.
I love that shit. Okay, cameraman.
So
so what's some of the takeaways, goods that we can leave our fam with? That we kind of laid out and discovered.
Be conscious of what you're thinking. And then the way to do that, we talk about money. Be conscious of what you're thinking about money.
Yeah.
How you circulating it. You can even say that instead of spending.
I like
they
that.
Say all the money I circulate returns to me multiplied in a never ending.
Come on.
Something of abundance. I don't know.
Come up with an affirmation that's personalized to you and your situation.
Yeah, we could talk about affirmations one day because I don't really use affirmations. Do you? Sometimes, like I gave you one today.
Yeah.
But, you know, just a lot to remember.
That'll be a great episode, I think, for us to talk about affirmations and the meaning, like really the intention. Do you have any intention or the meaning
How
or
they work.
belief behind what you're saying? Yeah,
that'd be a great topic.
For sure.
Energy. Be conscious of how you circulate your money,
your relationship with money.
About it. Yeah.
What's your defining your relationship, defining or redefining your relationship with money, and what like it means to you. You know what I mean? Because you may have to establish, you know, healthier boundaries. You may have to learn how to eradicate and eliminate unhealthy relationship or boundaries you have set with money. So that's that's good too to take away.
Yep. So I mean, I don't know what else.
I think we hit them. We hit them, my dog. We hit them, my dog.
We like to leave y'all with some gems that we tell ourselves all the time when we say so. You know, trapping is essential. Don't forget that. And forget the how. Because the how doesn't matter. Like it's no way you can fathom or even like predict or understand how something could happen for you. So that's not your concern. And when you let that go, you know, you can flow.
Oh, I love that. Let it go and let it flow. And also to be present is to be in the presence of God. And one that I had jot earlier, Angela, like is to grow beyond what you could see.
Grow beyond what you can see.
Grow beyond what you can see. You know, because that's really the foundation and basis of living a spiritual life.
Yes.
So we want to just leave those gems with you. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Tap in with us. Comment. Let us know how we doing.
Yep. Instagram.
Trapping with God's
YouTube.
Podcast. Angela, we done reinvented the thing.
Yep.
Trapping with God's Podcast. So tap in with us. I think we still Trapping with God's on TikTok though, right?
Yep.
Okay. Trapping with God. So yeah.
Yep, Trapping with God's podcast on Instagram and YouTube, Trapping with God's. And yeah, thank you and Spotify, y'all.
Oh yeah, check us out on Spotify. We on there too. So tap in. We appreciate y'all. Until next time.
Peace.